Well, warm Sabbath greetings to everyone. It's been a beautiful day here in Sussex as I record this. It's just afternoon. It's quiet around the house right now, and I'm trying to get this in while I have a moment of peace here in the house before all of the kids start making their way home from school. So I thought I would just get a video posted very quickly because I have a number of things that I'm trying to wrap up here today. Lots on the list right now. So I want to get back at it here, trying to finish up a sermon for tomorrow, and also getting prepared for Spokesman's Club, and looking forward to a very action-packed weekend, an action-packed Sabbath, as well as more opportunities for fellowship and fun on Sunday. So I'm looking forward to that very much. I'm sure everyone's aware of the recent terror activity there in London. It's becoming more commonplace, of course, and sadly, a lot of that activity is happening in modern Israelite nations, and it certainly is very sobering to see those things taking place. And of course, we have such the media the way it is today. We hear about these things so quickly, and the news cycle rotates so often that unfortunately, even when there's death and so much suffering, it's sort of reported on and then on to the next thing. Well, the health care bill is didn't make its way after all. At the last minute, Mr. Paul Ryan, the Speaker of the House there, he pulled that at the very last minute because they didn't feel that, I assume it's because they didn't feel they would have the votes to move it along the process, and so they're going to have to further tweak this bill that they're trying to put together to replace Obamacare. And so while those things are happening, of course, we know that people are suffering all over the world, and we look forward to a time when there won't be any more suffering. But for now, Leviticus 26 and verse 16 says, "I also will do this to you. I will even appoint terror over you, wasting disease and fever, which shall consume the eyes and cause sorrow of heart. And you shall sow your seed in vain, for your enemies shall eat it." So, you can go back to Leviticus 26 and review there what it says is going to happen primarily to modern Israel. They're going to be suffering these things right up until the time that Jesus Christ returns. There's going to be more coming, of course. Not to be depressing or anything else, but it is a reality. The time marches on, and the closer we get to the kingdom, the more we understand the reality of this world. As they turn away more and more from God, they're going to have more terrorism and more death and suffering and disease and famines and all those terrible things that are prophesied. And yet, the world is totally, at this point, for the most part, the vast majority of mankind has no idea what is coming. And those that think they know probably only know in part how utterly terrible these times are going to be, leading up to the time when Christ ultimately returns to establish peace and establish the kingdom that will stand forever and ever. And we look forward to that time when they will learn war no more, of course, but we're focused right now as we get ready to head into these spring holy day seasons. The spring holy day season, we are focusing in on Jesus Christ and on His sacrifice and on all the wonderful blessings of being a part of the first fruits, and looking forward to a time when we will be those agents to help usher in a time of peace and tranquility, and a time of just absolute peace and prosperity. That's what I was looking for, the prosperity that's going to come at that time. We look forward to that coming for the whole world. And of course it begins here with us as first fruits, and we learn that throughout these spring holy days. So I hope you all have peace in your life. even in the midst of all the suffering and the terrible things that are going on, we don't want to be without compassion and love and mercy. And we want to remember all of those things that are happening. But we look forward to a time when that will be a thing of the past. And of course, even in the midst of all that, we have to maintain our peace, and we certainly have to do our part to be peacemakers. So I hope you have a fantastic Sabbath wherever you plan to keep it. We look forward to seeing brethren in Milwaukee after a very successful fast, a very successful fast day last Sabbath. We were also in Milwaukee. That all went very, very well. I really appreciate all of you around the area, and of course in Milwaukee we had just a little glitch there before starting, but we were able to receive the message just fine, and appreciate everyone making that possible. It takes a lot of people to carry these things out around the area, and appreciate everyone serving in that way. So I look forward to seeing the brethren in Milwaukee once again, where we're looking forward to services and then Spokesman's Club. And then on Sunday we're going to be having a wonderful opportunity, of course, at our home for the Lego costume party. So we look forward to that very much. Please have a wonderful, profitable, fantastic Sabbath. I know some of you are dealing with sickness, and some of you are dealing with sick kids. So I'm praying for you, praying for speedy recovery for all of you, and for God's blessing to be on you. I appreciate your prayers for me and for my family. And we'll see you all very, very soon. Take care. Love you all. Have a great Sabbath, and we'll talk again real soon.